Alright, today we're going to be covering Tutorial Mission 1 of Ground Control 2 Operation Exodus. This level's kind of self-explanatory, but I've kind of included it for the sake of completion.
Okay, boss,
Not to mention, since it's one of the shorter missions, I was able to record it in super high definition with the best possible graphics, including forced graphics settings using my NVIDIA cards. So this kind of gives you an idea of, even though this game is kind of old now, it still has potential to be really beautiful.
Click on it with the left mouse button. Okay, now move your soldier to the next beacon.
I mean, this is recorded at 1900 by 1200 definition, which the game is still capable of putting out. So
you can select all of them at the same time.
Unfortunately,
left click and hold the mouse
because
drag out a selection box
the high definition video takes up so much data, I can only record a few of the earlier shorter missions in this setting, and I'll have to eventually record at 720.
You can control your units facing when giving
I don't currently have the resources yet to
the mouse in the direction
record all my videos at highest possible settings.
When moving your units to the next beacon.
This is giving you a little close-up of our infantry and our recon Pterodyne.
Yes, sir. We can do
We just need to move our guys up to the next beacon like our narrator suggested.
I will do it, sir. I'll do it for you, sir.
While you always see the battlefield and its features, you cannot see enemy.
Sir, incoming enemies. Let's take them out.
And I'll be playing all these missions on hard.
Your units will automatically
By the way,
attack the enemy by
all the
default.
Ground Control 2 missions.
You can also manually order your units to attack. Just click on an enemy with the right mouse
I will
button.
do it, sir.
Now,
And
take out the enemy
yes, sir.
soldier.
you kind of notice there's a lot of differences between this game and the original Ground Control. Although everything's explained in these first two tutorial missions, and I definitely suggest, even if you've played other RTSs before, Ground Control 2 still has its own unique system to it, which I suggest it makes it worthwhile to play the tutorial missions. Not to mention, as tutorial levels go in strategy games, this one's actually pretty entertaining.
I can do it, sir.
Which is nice, because a lot of games I've played, the tutorials are just straight boring or irritating.
Your units have suffered some injuries. The combat engineer can repair your vehicles.
So as this guy's explaining, the combat engineer here can repair our stuff.
Click on the repair icon, and then on the unit in need of aid.
And you can even
When you
repair
arrive, move to
friendly
the next
units
beacon.
that are not yours.
I'll do my best.
Like that allied infantry guy, but we're not really going to bother with him because he's not used anymore.
Yes, sir. We can do
And
it.
switching our engineer to its secondary mode creates this healing
I'll
field
try, sir.
that we can use, or it'll heal all units within that area at a slower rate than it heals them individually. That's useful
Yes,
when
sir.
you have a large amount of forces that all need to be
I will do it,
healed
sir.
over time. But typically,
the wooded area
its direct
ahead.
heal ability is more
Only
useful.
infantry can move through forests.
And now we're going to have to
Leave
leave
your
our
vehicles
recon
behind
Pterodyne
and pass
behind
through the forest with your
and have our
infantry.
infantry
Yes, sir.
continue moving onwards.
Yes, sir. At once.
Alright, I'm giving you a view of the sky. This game has such beautiful environments.
Infantry inside forests receive additional
Whoever
protection
did
from damage.
the level design and
They will
artwork,
also
I
be
really
harder
have
for
to give them
enemies to
props.
detect.
It's
Yes, sir.
gorgeous to look
Now,
at.
continue through the forest.
Yes, sir.
And the
Yes,
game
sir.
is pretty fun on
to
top
Sarge.
of that. The original Ground Control is a little
Let
bit
more head for
more
road.
sort of slow-paced
Right between the eyes.
and a
Yes,
little
sir.
more, I guess, tactical oriented than this one is, considering in the original you always have a limited group of units in every level,
Sarge does what Sarge
whereas
does
in
best.
Ground Control 2
Remember,
you have the
can rotate the
opportunity
camera
to
by holding down the
reinforce
middle mouse
yourself
button and moving the mouse
constantly
around.
over a mission.
You can also
With
switch
at least
between
most of the
classic
levels.
ground
Some of
control
them still
camera
have you with
and the
limited units,
top-down
but
RGS camera
Yes, sir.
by
At
holding
once.
down Shift and pressing
Boss,
C.
enemy spotted.
and
Boss, I'm in trouble.
I'll show you the difference between the two
One more head
cameras.
for road.
Basically, the top-down RTS
We're under
is
heavy
moving
fire.
the
Enemy destroyed.
mouse to the sides of the screen to rotate the camera, and then holding the middle mouse button down to or holding the middle mouse button down to rotate the camera, and moving the mouse to the sides of the screen to move the camera. Whereas the original ground
Yes,
control
sir.
camera that I'm going to be using most of the time has you moving the mouse to the side
Yes,
of the
sir.
screen to rotate the camera, and then
boss.
using
I
the
think the
arrow
convoy's
keys to
almost
move the
here.
camera itself.
Right. Better get in position, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. At
Alright,
once.
so
Buildings
now we're
can offer
gonna
infantry protection
get all
in
of
a
our
firefight.
units inside these
Order
buildings
your
here.
men to enter a building by right-clicking on
I'm
it.
on
And
it, boss.
Note
you
that
can
choose
actually
which side
switch
of the
Sergeant
building
Grow
Yes,
to
sir.
his secondary ability, and he'll deploy
sir.
his sniper
Take it
rifle,
Take out
which
the convoy
gives
from
him
their
more
position
power,
within the
but
buildings.
keeps him from
Enemy
moving.
detected, sir.
The
We're pinned
normal
down.
sniper units
We're pinned down.
can't fire when moving. Sergeant Row's the only sniper who can fire when moving, although with weaker damage,
We're
and
under
at a
heavy
shorter
fire.
range than when he's set up. But I'll cover that more later
Yes,
when
sir.
we get
can do it.
actually
Yes,
have
sir.
those units at our disposal. And always try to garrison your units inside our buildings when possible,
Enemy destroyed.
because they take about
They're everywhere.
1/5 the damage
One more head
that
for road.
they do when exposed when they're inside of a building.
Freaking hell.
So
Bagged and bagged.
consider it's like having
We're pinned down.
a significant
One more
amount of
head
armor.
for road.
But also keep in mind that when you're assaulting
Right
enemy
between the
units
eyes.
inside of buildings, you're going to need more guys to get the job done quicker. Snipers, on the other hand, are pretty good at shooting enemy units inside of buildings.
No more burgers for the Terrans.
They'll be living on emergency rations from now on.
the
and their
destruction
space
of,
even worse than ours.
These units, this
Well
first
done.
tutorial is
That
over.
concludes this tutorial.
And there's one more
The
tutorial
next lesson
mission
will deal
to
with
go
one
after
of the
this
most
one.
important aspects of the game, the dropships.
That's it. We're completed.